chapter we have discussed about the disintegration of USSR. There were many reasons behind the disintegration or collapse of USSR, like economical reason, this political reason, and military reason. So the fall of Berlin Wall is taken as a symbol of disintegration of USSR. So today we will discuss some other topics which are very important, and there is one new topic, that is Arab Spring, that is also added in this chapter of End of Bipolarity. And this first Gulf War, let us revise. So what is that Gulf War? There are some countries which are located at the Gulf in the Middle East. They are known as Gulf countries. So what happened on 2nd August 1990? Iraq invaded Kuwait. So let me tell you, at that time, during this invasion of Iraq, Saddam Hussein was the dictator of Iraq at that time, and these countries, these Arab countries, they are oil extracting countries. Their main economy, that is based on the extraction of oil. So what was happening, this Kuwait is trying to extract more oil. There is a body that is known as OPEC, OPEC, means that made some guidelines how much oil these OPEC countries or the member countries, they extract oil as per by the guidelines of this oil OPEC organization. So what was happening at that time, this Kuwait is trying to extract more oils, and what was its consequence? Ultimately, if a country will extract more oil, there will be the fall in the prices of oil, and ultimately this Iraq is, or some other oil producing country including Iraq, they were facing a stiff competition, resulting the downfall in the prices of oil. So this Iraq was saying again and again to Kuwait ki follow the guidelines of this OPEC and don't extract too much oil, but Kuwait was not ready to listen. So finally this Iraq invaded Kuwait, but this invasion of Kuwait, that was condemned by the Security Council of UN, and by the recommendation of UN, 6,60,000 troops from 34 countries, they were sent to that area, and the name was given as Operation Desert Storm, to liberate this Kuwait from the Iraq. And this war is known as First Gulf War, the freedom of Kuwait from the control of Iraq, that is the first Gulf War. Next we will see Arab Spring. So what is that Arab Spring? So there was some anti-government protest uprising in the Middle East and North Africa. So these are the neighboring countries. In Middle East and North Africa, the countries are very close to each other, and mostly they are the Muslim countries. If you will look at the ethnicity of this area, so mostly the Muslim countries are there, mainly Tunisia, Morocco, Syria, Libya, Egypt, Bahrain, these are the countries. And there was a protest against unemployment, oppressive regime, corruption, low standard of living. The people are now, they want the democratic system. They are fed up of the autocratic regime because that was very oppressive, and the corruption was very at a very large scale. So the movement was started. Firstly, it was started in Tunisia, and after Tunisia, it spread all over this Arab. If you will see that Hosni Mubarak, who was the ruler in Egypt from 1979, he also collapsed during this protest. So what we can see, in the many countries of the world now, they are turning toward democracy, or we can say this democracy is one of the best form of the government. And now in every corner of the world, the countries which are known democratic, they are trying to shift their form of government from the different form to the democracy. So this is all about the chapter. Now the last topic of this chapter is India and post-communist countries. Means the how are the relations of India with the post-communist country. India has maintained good relation with all post-communist countries, but the strongest relations are still those between Russia and India. You know, although we have maintained our good relation with all the post-communist countries, but we have always good relation. We have a history of good relation with Russia, and we are still maintaining it. Russia and India has a shared vision of multipolar world order, collective security, greater regionalism, negotiated settlement of international conflict, and independent foreign policy and decision making through UN. These are the areas where the India and Russia both are cooperating. India is benefited from Russia on issue of Kashmir, energy supply, sharing information on international terrorism, etc. It means we can see that Russia is always supporting us on the issue of Kashmir, energy supplies, and sharing information on international terrorism. These are the area of cooperation. But Russia is also has been benefited from India on the ground of second largest arm market for Russia. You know, India is always dependent on its arms and weapon. Russia is doing supply, or India is as a big market for the arms and weapons of Russia. So this is all about the chapter. Keep reading the chapter and take your doubts in the class.